Hey guys, feeling a bit off today. I wanted to talk about a couple things, but I'm gonna shoot two separate videos. In this one, I'm just gonna do a quick update on me. First of all, spring is here. I've realized that there are a lot of things that sort of are inhibiting me from my growth, and that is the stress of my business and being on the phone too much. And I have a lot of people, and I feel bad, because I have people in my life that bring me down because they're going through a lot too. So if you're going through a lot, and this is a segue into what I want to talk about. If you're going through a lot, and you're depressed, you're anxious, and then you're gonna talk to other people that are too. It's okay. I mean, I get it because misery loves company, and a lot of times it really helps me to find somebody that has dealt with it and then overcame it. Um, but it's not helpful if you are just with somebody that's constantly not doing well themselves, and then you're constantly sort of feeding off each other's negativity and fears. And that happened to me, and it continues to happen to me. I have a big heart, and I took on and made a really good friend from YouTube. Um, and he is no longer with us because the depression is such a terrible thing. And I want to talk briefly about that too. I consider depression to be a disease of the mind, and if it's not treated properly, the mind can change you. It can change who you are. It can make decisions for you. So I don't in any way condone suicide, but I also understand it from a very intimate level of where you can act in ways that you wouldn't have if it were the real you, if it was the you before. It's no excuse, and I would never give any credence or excuses to suicide. There's always hope, but some people aren't in the right mind, they can act on those impulses. So anyway, do I regret becoming friends with this gentleman? I don't. In some ways I do, okay, I won't lie, because I was doing really well, and to find out that someone you were trying to help, that you were relating with, I was just trying to be a positive coach for him, and nothing but positivity and hope from my end, but it wasn't enough. And he ended up taking his own life. So, but anyway, and I think I contributed a lot. I've been doing a lot of retrospect thinking, and I contributed a lot when I go back and read thousands of messages we had on Facebook. I consider it a lot to do with the forums he was in. He was a member of all these forums, and he became so obsessed with getting better. And the internet is a tool that can be helpful. There are people like Wonder Bro, and there's Audible books that are amazing, and there's the Big No No. I don't, especially the Big No No. I mean, he's a million followers, and he really overcame. And I don't know. I'm just doing my own little thing, but he was in those forums where it was just all fear and about the benzos and about this destroying you and destroying your brain, and he lost hope. And a young guy, and that's not true. It's just that just because someone else is going through something, you don't know who they are. You don't know if they've got schizophrenia, what their history is. They could have been abused, raped. They could have been a war veteran. I mean, you read these people's stories, and some of them could be 4 years old, 4 years ago, they may be better by now, and they're not posting anymore. So you got to be very careful about going online and getting caught up in all these negative horror stories and suicide stories, which he did. And I told him, I said, stop going there. Go to the sites that have the success stories, the positive stuff, you know? Anyway, so I just wanted to send a message that if you are online and you're not functioning well, or online, don't go read about the person that did it. Don't go reading about the stories of people who never got better, and then even hooking up with these people and then meeting them and talking to them. I mean, God bless them, but you gotta look out for yourself. And a lot of times you get jealous, so you're jealous of other people who are normal, who live and function. So it's easy to talk to someone that's going through it. And there is a time and place for that for sure. But you can't let it control your life. And you can't take other people's stories to heart. So you need to surround yourself with positive thinking, positive people, positive music, even though it hurts and kills you. Sometimes you have to do that in order to survive. Because if you're already filled with darkness, and if you surround yourself with darkness, it will swallow you. And I speak from personal experience. So, and anyway, that's what this message was about. And I hope you subscribe, but just stay away from the negative channels. If it starts becoming negative, turn it off. Unsubscribe to the Benzo Buddies. I think all those places need to be shut down. It's a lot of misinformation. And just to get that story straight, I've read all the studies on benzos, long-term use. There has been one study that showed that it caused brain damage and even permanent brain damage. And that was in people that used 5 milligrams plus for more than 10 years. And it was only like 5% of those people. And even out of those 5%, the brain damage was so minimal, they didn't notice it. So it didn't affect their daily life. So take that for what it's worth. Anyway, just, find a doctor you can trust and try to put your faith in God or something,